Welcome to the 4th edition of Fuzz Friday. Again,
Fuzz Friday.
We've shot all these the same day, so we look the same as we did last week, but we have different bases. We'll get to that in a minute. Today we are checking out the Crimson 1992 Russia from JHS pedals. And Dave, you have the paperwork over there somewhere, right?
I do have the paperwork over here somewhere, right?
While you're looking for it, I'll give a rundown of the bases. Again, I am representing the active bases. I have my Tribe Avalanche 4, which again, passive pickups, but active EQ, so again, active bass. This is all Aguilar electronics, so it's got the OBP3 preamp in it. Chuck has his favorite bass of all time, apparently.
For now. I am still really impressed, but yes, I'm using the Sire P5 for this. Completely passive, all stock, not EMG. I know. Chris hasn't gotten to, Frankensteining this yet.
No EMGs!
No!
Home Alone it! No, it's all stock electronics from that come with the bass, and yeah, man, I'm excited to use it.
It's even the strings that kind of that is 100% stock. Mm-hmm. That is out of the bag.
Haven't done nada to it.
All right, what do you got?
Have we mentioned what the pedal is yet?
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
Okay. I forgot. So, this is Chris's Squire Bronco. This is an interesting little shorty. So, for the short scale team today, we've got a Bronco. And the interesting thing about Broncos about Broncos that instead of a P pickup like a Mustang would have, this actually has a Strat style single coil in it. So it's got a little bit of a different tone from your typical Mustang sound.
I like it. I've never played it.
It's a surprisingly solid instrument for how inexpensive it is.
Yeah, this thing got away 9.5 pounds, 10 pounds.
Yeah, it's
for being a tiny little guy.
It's
What?
heavier. Yeah, it's heavier than the Squire Affinities.
Oh, God. That's definitely heavier than this.
Yeah, it's the heaviest bass of the
heavy
bunch.
That's crazy.
So yeah, if you haven't guessed, Dave represents the short scale, Chuck represents the passive 34-inch, and I represent the active basses. So you got the paperwork. Let's learn a little bit about the Crimson 1992 Russia.
Right. So the JHS Legends of Fuzz series are made to kind of emulate the classic fuzzes of bygone eras that maybe you can't get anymore. This one in particular is styled after the Mike Matthews Red Army, which apparently came out in 1992 and was made in Russia. I can guess by the 1992 Russia on it. It's got simple muff-style controls, just volume, tone, gain. On here it's called volume, tone, distort. But it's also got a mode switch on the side that, according to JHS, adds a little bit more mids and a little bit more volume. So, yeah, let's see how it sounds.
I just want to say real quick, before we get into the sound, the chassis design is awesome.
Definitely a nod to the old school Maestro fuzz tone.
Make sure you got a good camera angle on that.
I just think that the slanted design of the chassis to where it's like, and nothing else on the front, right? Just the switch, then controls on the top. That is so like user friendly.
You don't really need to like tape down the knobs. Like you're not.
You're not going to be mashing on the knobs when you stomp it in the middle of a gig.
You can turn it on with your heel, and you're still not going.
It does have center detent kind of like acknowledgement, like that lets you know you're at 12 o'clock for this pedal too, with these 3 notches here, which is cool. It doesn't have a specific feel that you're at center detent, but not a lot of pedals do with that. But just the fact that they give you a starting point is also really cool.
But there is also something fun about just tweaking it blind until it sounds good.
Oh, we're going to do that now.
Yeah. Let's start with Chuck, since he's the passive 34-inch scale like most people have. Let's first start with clean tone, just so we can get a sense. Same amp sound up to this point. It's the SVT profile, all flat. 410 Goliath with an Audix D6.
Rattling off the desk over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a rad sound. And I dig the tone at max. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, tone max is good. Where's the fuzz control at?
Everything else is straight up. Dude. All right. But not anymore.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
and chords and stuff. So that's just octave, right? I'm tuned to drop D.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge.
That's huge.
It's nice.
Very defined still. You have the character of the pedal there, and it still comes through like it's really like.
Now I'm gonna keep the tone maxed, but roll the distortion to minimum. Okay, that sucks.
Yeah.
Okay,
I like that.
that's around 10 o'clock.
Significantly more improved from where you started.
Yeah.
Got a little break up there.
Yeah,
Sounded
yeah.
like, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go back to noon.
It seems to be a little bit between the smooth character of the Muff and the breakup character of like the D grade or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
It's
coarser, but it's still smooth enough.
yes. I don't really care for how woofy it gets.
No,
right there.
yeah.
It
It's-
loses my attention at that setting.
So
I
tone
like-
up, I think for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I feel like that's got like more of an '80s kind of vibe to that tone, like because it's still
Yeah.
still kind of fuzzy, kind of woolly even, but there's some drive characteristics there that you're able to pull out from.
Oh,
that.
totally.
I want to hear it on the Bronco.
Okay.
Pick if you need it.
Give me a little. Where's Tone at? And where's Fuzz at?
Tone is right around 2 o'clock. Tone or fuzz is at noon.
Give me a little more tone, a little more fuzz. That's all right.
That could be losing that initial grit that this P bass pickup, which has a specific focus to like mid range because of the stock pickup
Oh,
we
that's
talked
true.
about.
That's woofy.
That is very woofy,
That's at noon on the tone.
but not bad woofy on that though. But I didn't like the woofy we're getting here. That's still okay.
Yeah, let's try it like minimum. Not a huge jump from minimum to halfway.
Now
Maximum.
I love that.
Now I'm gonna kick on this switch.
Definitely feels like it falls more towards distortion with the switch.
Yeah, I mean it starts to lean in that. I would still maybe categorize this as a fuzz.
No. I'm not saying it doesn't. As far as like categorization goes, I'm just saying like I feel like you said, it definitely rests its elbow on that.
Yeah,
as
yeah.
you put the switch in.
Now I'm curious,
For
with
this
the
one.
switch in, does it get as woofy? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. But you definitely do hear more of that mids focus with the switch in.
Oh hell yeah.
So no misleading nomenclature there. I like that. It sounds significantly more subtle on the Bronco.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a slightly lower output pickup.
Yeah.
Short scale.
Right.
Dave's not currently thunder fingering it, so.
Well, let's hear the try.
It's just everything flat.
I can't stop. I love the neck on this bass.
Yeah.
It's very comfortable, and the stringers they have running through it, it's nice.
Oh yeah, the instrument is
It looks
crafted.
tiny. It looks tiny at the nut. I haven't played that.
It doesn't feel dissimilar.
I haven't played that bass very often.
It doesn't
Or
feel
very much.
dissimilar to like a jazz bass or my T-Bird, which is a
Okay.
1.5.
Okay.
And I forget the spec, but I wouldn't be surprised if this was a 1.5.
Okay. I can't tell because of the stringers. I can't
Profile
tell
looks
what
pretty
shape it
close
is.
to 1.5.
Yeah, and I gotta say, I love the volute.
Volute, yeah.
I love when instruments have that. So anyway, so this is everything all flat, both pickups on.
There's just something with this pedal with an active bass that it immediately starts out the gate strong.
It does sound.
So
yeah, it does
I'm
sound
curious
even
now. We didn't like
Oh,
how
the mode was
woofy-
in on that before you changed
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we're back at all flat, mode
Okay.
off.
better. A little woofy, but not bad.
But now, question: what if we did this?
What are you running, bridge?
No, I turn the bass off and I turn the treble up a little bit.
Oh.
But obviously, as we always
right.
say when we do videos of active basses, I don't know why you'd want to turn the bass off. So let's just roll it back slightly.
Because you might be Lemmy.
Yeah. See, bass minimum,
That's definitely different.
bass maximum.
Ooh.
So if you have an active bass, might be advantageous to roll that bass back a little bit.
Yeah.
But then you'd have to make it up elsewhere,
Ooh,
so
but
don't
check
turn
it
it
out.
all the way off.
Now mid all the way up.
Okay. Sounds like it still's got some low end.
Yeah. Now this has like a mid switch.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Oh.
that's
There it
400
is.
hertz. So now if we went back pickup,
It's biting.
I could see that like if we tweaked this a little bit, I could see this like maybe doing kind of like funky little lines. Like,
That almost was the Ninja Turtles song.
Power Rangers. Sounded like
Was it?
Power Rangers.
Okay, okay. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Power Glove did it best.
what is the?
Yeah, really?
It's a fun line to play, dude. Once you learn how to play it, it's just like it's so fun.
Okay. That sounds great.
This looks
But
like a
yeah,
job
like
for
that,
Chris.
that type of thing. What'd you say?
I said this looks like a job for Chris.
Hey.
Everybody just take this.
Now, when I have the 800 engaged with the mid, it's definitely more singy.
Yep. That's a great sound. I don't know how much of a usable bass tone that is.
Oh, again,
but a lead tone is amazing.
like we saw last week, this would definitely excel as the character piece.
Okay.
I got a cool little solo section coming on. I kick it on.
I think it's got some of that stalwart day-to-day fuzz in there though.
Yeah,
Just
I think
you got to play with the
I
settings.
think it does too. But
I was
it,
pretty happy with the tones I was able to get out of it.
so
with
again,
this.
we're back. Everything neutral. Actually, I'm gonna go front
I
pickup.
guess this would be very much so the bass line between the extremes of an active bass and then the Squire with a unique pickup setup. Like this is a P bass. Majority of bass players reach for this or a jazz.
Yep.
I still felt that when we were noodling when I was playing this, there was a lot of usable fuzz tones that we were able to accomplish, and that weren't all just very homogenous in their own respect. Like you had a very wide array of tones that you were able to accomplish with just the tone and the distortion knob.
So here's just front pickup.
Okay.
I like that.
And now just back pickup.
That's even better.
Yeah, I like that
Definitely more clarity.
I like that more.
But like if you were gonna be your always on,
Give us a melodic like bass line, not a lead line, like a bass line. Give me something from like Lunar Satan or KR or one of those lines.
there is a melodic KR riff that I don't know, but I mean, for fuzz, I mean it's low hanging fruit, but
Right, but I mean a bass line.
that is a bass line.
No, you know what I mean. That's
Go on.
Down in the money zone, brother.
Okay, yeah, let's see.
Where gigs are held.
Do the Nick lick.
That was only about 50% soy, but
The mode is in again.
I think it turns itself on. I think that's a usable. I think that's a usable tone. If you had an EQ to notch out some of the
Yeah, but I mean,
overtones,
honestly, if you're going to
some
be
of the
using this type of fuzz, you're not going to be playing that line. You're going to be playing. Yeah. All right, fair enough, fair enough. Which that, I think, the front pickup.
very little difference.
That's cool.
Yep.
Okay, there was your melodic cash register.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I was just curious.
Cash register.
Yeah, this is the upper register.
I
This
like
is
This is
the
the cash register.
That's great.
Shang.
The cash register. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, he got jokes.
I have to leave with that now.
He's got jokes.
That was good.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
The setting that you had on that last one, that run when you played the cash register riff, that sounded really good on that bass.
Yes, that could be an
feel
always-on
like,
sound.
I feel like that's an always-on tone
Yeah.
for sure. God, I really, do we have time to have to maybe hear the Stingray with this?
You want to play it?
The Bucker is a unique. No. I want you to play it.
Okay,
But the
alright.
Bucker is such a unique pickup in itself that it's more widely represented than the Bronco pickup.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
I feel like for this pedal, just to give the short scale players and everyone else a solid, run for it, to have something that's more commercially available as far as a humbucker goes for a Stingray, I would love to hear that with this.
All right.
Plus, that Stingray is definitely easy on the eyes.
Super dope.
I don't mind looking at that at all.
He likes the pink Stingray.
Oh, already I'm like, yeah, I know.
You said cash register riff? Sorry.
Oh shit, that was cool.
Literally a cash register riff.
Yeah, no, that sounded really good.
Yeah. That setting. It's very articulate still.
Yeah,
Which
it
is like, that's what I wanted to see. Because, when you have the scales come into play, you have a lot of things that'll
Forgot
be
how to
different
play the rest of it.
from a
That's fine.
34-inch to a 35-inch or active, whatever it is. But scale lengths and then the difference of that pickup is huge. No, back. I like it without.
It was more noticeable than I was playing though.
Yes, definitely. That might be an output thing too, though.
Yeah,
As
maybe.
they active.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
That sounds cool.
I'm glad we
Doesn't have
swapped.
that woof.
Okay, so the cool thing is last week we kind of dubbed it only a character piece. We got the character piece sound out of this, but we also got the always-on sound out of this. I think that's a big thing.
Out of all three bases, after we swapped to the Stingray, because
Stingray is the
I
clear
did
winner.
not think it was an always on for the Bronco,
Yeah.
but because of the uniqueness of that pickup, that's why I wanted to swap.
To be fair, the Bronco isn't even always on for a bass.
It's a fantastic doorstop, but it sounds awesome through that Stingray. That pedal, that would be an always on for me. I would run that all the time.
Yeah.
Because you're able to articulation of the individual notes, even if you're playing fast, you're not losing that. It's not getting muddy. It's not getting woolfy. It's staying very articulate, and you still have a very nice fuzz tone that's still very direct, for lack of a better term. Like you hear it, it's there, you know it's on. I like that tone a lot.
So, okay, don't touch the pedal. Let me hear that bass. Less articulate.
It is, somehow. These
And the
strings,
tone is all the way up.
And I think it's maybe where the pickup is placed.
so
Well, yeah, go ahead.
I'm in the series position on the bucker.
That was just, really?
I think it is. I think whatever all the way clockwise is. I think it's series parallel split. I think. And these strings are a year old.
Wow.
They're Slinkies, and they came on the bass when I bought it a year ago.
Okay, so wait, let's try to prove the pickup thing. So I have two. This is my front pickup, which is closer to that. That sounds great.
Nowhere close to that. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of meat there.
Back pickup.
More definition. I feel like that channels that really well.
Yeah.
Same, similar tone styling.
Yeah, because just of where it's placed.
Right, for placement.
And I do have buckers in here. And then both.
Oh, yeah.
That's a rad sound.
I love that.
That sounds really good.
That sounds
My God.
huge.
Yep.
Hey, little dog came to visit us. Come here, bud.
So, okay.
That's how you know it's good. Sunnison came
So
in.
we can't,
Yeah, he's like, I want this.
Hi,
So
doggy.
that is definitely. I'm retracting my initial statement. It is an always-on pedal for me with these settings.
Yeah.
With the right bass and the right settings.
And that's huge, right? So if you guys are playing short-scale Broncos, skip this pedal. But if you have a Stingray, I'm just kidding.
Where did we land on these tones?
And remember, this Stingray is a passive short scale Stingray.
Okay, so
it's not a regular Stingray.
Tone and distortion are at like 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not all the way dimed, so you still have a little room. But I like where that was at. I like the
Yeah,
tone that you're able
sounded-
to get from that Stingray. Short scale still sounded huge. Still maintained that character of what you want from a fuzz pedal. And still very usable.
I'd say you could do everything from, stoner rock and metal to more kind of funky synth-esque lines.
Definitely can do the funk thing with that little mid boost switch and dialing back the gain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's rad. I honestly did not know what to expect because I've never played the pedal that it's emulating, and I've only ever played like 2 JHS pedals and none of them have been this Legends of Fuzz series.
Right.
So I didn't really know what to expect going into it, and
I didn't
dig
either.
it.
I think Chuck's the only one of us that is familiar with the Legend of Fuzz series, and he thought it was good.
Well,
Yeah.
and a very limited kind of introduction too. Like I was one of those plug and play.
Yeah.
Didn't want to read, get into it. I don't want to ever have any bias going into a pedal.
Right.
So like most lazy musicians, I use that as an excuse to not read the manual. but I was
If you have to read the manual, it's too complicated.
I was
Let's
plus,
get it,
well, it
you know.
can
Well.
be. I was pleasantly surprised though because I have a passive Fender Jazz at home and then my active bass, my MTD, and I was able to get very nice usable tones out of both basses, regardless of preamp or pickups or anything else. It was very, very, very usable, and that's a huge thing for me. And I know I've said that in previous videos, but like it pulling itself out of the character piece pit and placing itself where it rightfully deserves to be on an always-on kind of scenario.
Front and center on stage.
I am completely sold on the rest of this series, and there are other pedals in the series that you should hopefully we'll be able to check out. We'll talk to the guys at JHS and see if they want to bring some more on. But I'm super happy with this.
Yeah.
This Crimson pedal did it in spades. I really, really like it.
Shit, with that, I mean, I got nothing else to
Yeah,
say.
I think one thing that we're going to find as we continue with Fuzz Friday is, number one, there's a million fuzz pedals out there. Everybody knows that. But number two is going to be that we might be surprised by more of them than we think.
Yeah. I think
Because
so.
if it's not just another Big Muff, then the sky's the limit, right? People have been making cool circuits based on old ones, based on new things. There's the nanolog stuff. There's all kinds of crazy stuff. So yeah, so here's to an exciting first month of Fuzz Fridays, and to infinity and beyond.
See y'all in February.